virgin.
They've just lost to Sporting in Europa League. Turkish were out.
Huh?
No, he's not.
Really?
No, he's not.
Holy Jesus.
What the fuck is that? What is that, Private Pile?
Oh my days.
Martinelli for the Gunners.
Flipping out. These managers.
Arsenal out.
Oh, that's all, folks. That is all. Stupid, man. Oh my goodness.
Ain't easy. Ain't easy.
Ain't easy. It ain't easy. He ain't experienced that all. He ain't experienced that all season, has he?
Oh, I got a clip a few weeks ago about all season. Are you forgetting?
I don't recall.
I don't recall, man. I don't recall. You know what I'm saying?
I shouldn't even pay you for that one. I can't even lie. I shouldn't even pay you for that one, man. But yeah.
As again, people.
Love for the love.
Just tell us as again, innit?
Love for the loss, innit?
Well, it's not going too well still. It's not going too well, but obviously Premier League, that's where it's at right now. So that's all we can talk about. That's all we can talk about. It's going well there. It's going well there.
Is this going according to plan? Or
Steve's got something to say about that come match day 38, man. I won't say too much.
I don't want to say too much. I don't want to upset them again. You know, I upset the Chelsea fans the other year after Porto and that, the Gremlin vibes. But this Arsenal lot, whoo, jeez. You know, I don't want to get done for abuse, so I'm going easy on it. Nobody mentioned Sharks, Jaws, or anything like that because people having nightmares about that shark, man.
No, but since to be honest, since that comment, we've built the cushion back up in the league, though, Steve. Like we managed to get it back to 5 points. We can get it to 8 points Sunday.
But Turkish, you know, people think I'm lying. Yeah, you was outside the Emirates that night with me.
Yeah,
90% of you guys were flat on your ass that night, saying it's gone. Innit? I wasn't exaggerating when I said not every Arsenal fan. Don't get me wrong, because there was still a few there that was like ready for it, but a lot of them that were bouncing the week before were dead that night. I think it took something out of them that night.
Yeah, no, because that was also the most optimistic you've been all season about it.
Yeah. Well, I always said it comes down to that one, and if we can come there, because we beat you the week before in the cup, and everyone was like, "Yeah, but we, you know, somehow they were trying to spin it like it was a positive for Arsenal." So I said, "Okay, then we'll see you at the Emirates, toe to toe." And obviously we dealt with it, but that's why. But people were thinking I'm lying. I'm like, I'm not lying. I went round there. I was chatting to people, and people were a bit like, shit. And I said, it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. 10, 11 games to go. Shit's going to hit the fan soon. Both teams are going to get worse. It's going to be ups, downs, people dropping points, mad draws. But like I say, I've been through that before. I'm expecting it, man.
I was gonna ask, right? You see how we call PSG like the Bonjour Spurs in Champions League, right? We call them the Bonjour Spurs. We call them the Je m'appelle Spurs. You know, they call, and then obviously Spurs are, you know, we know what Spurs are just in all competitions, right? And then are you guys like the Europa League version of Spurs? Would you say? Because you've played Villarreal, you've played Sporting, you've played Dinamo, Zebras, all of these guys, and you've yet to
Dinamo Zebras.
Well, you always seem to falter. I don't understand. You know, they were the 4th best team in the Portuguese league over 2 legs. You brought on the
European heritage, man.
This one's probably the worst of the lot because them seasons we wasn't great really as a team. This team here in the league has shown what they can do. That's why this one's probably the worst one of the lot because that was we probably all watched it. That was our poorest performance of the season, easily.
You know what's crazy? Yeah, listen. I don't want Man City to win the league. I hate them. But it's something about this Arsenal fan base. I don't know what it is. It just keeps telling me every day. They're like ants, you know. They're just everywhere, these ants. So what they said to me was, Carabao Cup, nah, bigger fish to fry. FA Cup, bigger fish to fry. Europa League, where
have a big fish. Massive fish.
Big fish. Listen, I don't know how many times they've been to the sea, but I don't know what fish they're catching. For a club, by the way, that doesn't have any European pedigree. A big club like Arsenal, who have been in the Europa League 6 times in the past, how many, 6 years? No Europa Leagues. Listen.
No, they didn't qualify for Europe a few times, remember?
Yeah, and failed. Yeah. But listen, Turkish, listen, you've been on that fence, and I think it's time, you know what I mean, the Arsenal fan base needs you tonight. They need your affirmity. They need your courage, your strength. And I think right now there's a lot of copium going on. There's a lot of, you know what, don't worry about the Europa League. Don't worry about the FA Cup. You know what? The Premier League is ours. So today, we need a very affirmative answer. Is this it now? Are you going to win this league now? Because obviously, by the way,
you want me to do a SAEED, basically.
No, but it's not about SAEED. It's not, because at the end of the day,
you want me now to get giddy and then say, yeah, we're going to win the league 100% without a shadow of a doubt.
No, because you know what it is. You
feel like you have to, no?
Bigger fish to fry. You said, you know what, FA Cup.
As a fan, seeing what like the football we've been playing all season, we have to like leave with something to make it a success.
Facts.
Obviously, some fans will look back and say, you know, we challenged, we played good football, and that's all true. But for me, obviously, I've seen Arsenal win titles. So compared to those seasons where I've seen Arsenal win titles, you don't really remember the ones where you were challenging nearly as much as those seasons. So for me, it's all right. You know, we've been the best team. Let's get it over the line now. 11 games to go. Will we? But hey, we have to see if we bounce back from this Sporting one, because Saliba's injured. He's probably out of Sunday's game.
But is it a we must win the league, or is it, you know what, if Man City catches at the end, it's okay, it's been a good season. What is it now? You've sacrificed all the cups. You said, you know what, we don't need them. Arteta's be like, you know what, is it a case now we must win this league? We're 5 points ahead. We're on a roll. Premier League, it's all good. Is it now a case of we must win the Premier League? Or are you now still in the fairyland of we're still in it? It's still, you know, we're happy to be there. Is it that? Is it? Because we need an answer. Today, it's the 17th of March. You said to me, around this time, come back to me. So now I've come back on the 17th of March. I'm asking you now.
I like you're bringing these receipts.
I'm bringing the receipts because you said to me, come around this time. So
I like this.
Actually, after the Man
Did you been making notes? Yeah,
he's been making notes.
I've been making notes. He said to me, "Come around this time."
What are you trying to tell me? Is it tax season? Are you filing taxes soon?
Around this time.
He's got a whiteboard there, like the FBI, you know, the big whiteboard.
What month do you file your taxes?
He's got one of them there in his room, man. Like
April you file your taxes, I think.
Like serial killer.
It's no surprise that as soon as we start talking about trophies, my man starts buffering. GRIZZ, is your back hurting, GRIZZ? Because my back, you know, with Europe, because obviously Liverpool with Everton. Do you ever feel like your back?
Are you just gonna keep talking and pretend that you didn't just insult me?
No, bro. I didn't say anything to you. Do you ever feel like your back?
You just insulted me.
No, I didn't. Where's this going? I don't know what to answer.
Are you even repping your club today? Who are you repping? Oh, Roma.
It's a tracksuit, bro. Relax.
Oh, but why have you chosen to wear it on this particular day? Is it because you're not in Europe anymore? So now you've decided to go and shop somewhere else.
Where's this going?
I like it, Grizz. Let it continue.
Don't divert, man.
SAEED, man. Matisse has done it. We were on the right track.
Because I never see you wearing any. I don't ever see you wearing any Roma jumpers, any Inter Milan shirts, any, you know, tapping the Nike badge. I never see you doing this after you beat Chelsea or after you win a North London derby. But suddenly now this week you've got this Roma jumper on. I've never seen you wear this jumper before in your life.
Yes, you have seen me wear this before.
I've never seen this jumper before. Did you just purchase it this week? Did you just buy it this week?
Categorically lying. I've had this for 5 years.
Nah, you bought it this week, innit?
Why would I buy it this week?
Bro, you tell me, bro.
You're just making stuff up, yeah.
Bro,
relax your little virgin self over there, yeah, and stick.
I feel like I could have a kid. I fuld have a kid, and you'd still call me a virgin.
Stick to the. Bro, stick to
yeah, we want a DNA test. Is any kids not about? We want DNA.
Hold on a minute.
Jeremy Kyle, man. Jeremy Kyle shit.
Football analysis, because I want you want to talk about trophies, Chelsea's history that apparently
European history. I'm talking about. That's why I was talking to GRIZZ. I wasn't talking to you.
Your European pedigree. Yeah, I get it. You've won the Europa League twice. You've won the Champions League twice.
Yeah.
So talk about what you're going to do in the Champions League this season.
Well, I'm just saying we're the only ones left, and it's our worst ever season. It's our worst ever season in the last 2 decades. And I was looking to my London neighbours to against Sporting Lisbon and AC Milan, 2 teams that are outside of the top 3 in their divisions. I was looking for my London neighbours to help me out, share the workload potentially. And that's why I was calling on my friend GRIZZ if he's got any back problems.
You're definitely looking at us now, though.
No, I was just asking GRIZZ if
looking at us. That's the main thing. You're definitely there's years gone past you wasn't looking at us at all. Now,
what? I thought you would help. One season maybe give us a bit of a hand. No, that's why I was asking GRIZZ if he understands what I'm going through, because my back is hurting.
Listen, West Ham
carrying this load.
Contribution.
West Ham are still in it. Yeah.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I'm looking at East London. That's what I'm looking at East London now. You know what I mean?
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy, guys? Yeah. There's people out there drinking Ten Hag tears and Man United tears, but all of a sudden they're making excuses about and these kind of situations about, oh, Ten Hag is the reason why Arsenal lost yesterday. Ten Hag's putting Juju on the Saliba's off. Hold on a minute, man. You don't need to stop focusing on everyone else and start focusing on you.
Anyone you know say
Arsenal fans, believe in the title race and compose yourself. Stop all this nonsense about everyone else and worrying about everyone else here. Compose yourself. Saka's there playing around with Kim Kardashian. Saliba's leaving the field because he heard Kim Kardashian on the box. Arsenal fans, compose yourself. That's all I'm saying to you. You're in a title race and get with it right now. You must win this title race. Do you believe me, Arsenal fans? You must have that belief. Don't let Huey and Steve walk all over you. Believe in this title race. That's all.
They're not been doing that literally in your. They're not been walking over you your whole in that city for the last 10 years.
Anyone says they don't believe.
I'm not in the title race, but Arsenal, I'm here and I'm delivering a message to you
Hold on
today.
a minute. 3 weeks ago, you was in the title race, mate. I seen them videos. You and that Cass, that guy with the mad teeth.
I'm just
3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago, man. We're going to win it all.
You know what it is, yeah?
We're built differently now.
No,
the
but
toilets are still leaking the piss. It's piss dribbling down the stairs, man. Last home game. You're not even fixing it.
It's pissing at the end.
I've been missing off the show for months, man. The bogs are still leaking, man.
Listen, new owners are coming, man. You're not seeing them. Qataris
hey,
coming
in. Turned up today. I bet he went in the leaky
worry, man.
Steve, you never even mentioned this. You was always mentioning the leak in the roof. I was actually shocked when I saw piss on the floor. Genuinely, like it was actually, bro. It was deep. It was up to man's ankles.
Rio Ferdinand was slagging City for having a light show, saying it was shit. I said, hold on a minute, Rio. Fix the fucking plumbing first, mate. There's piss running down the stairs before you start slagging our £2 million disco lights off. At least we're in the Champions League, innit? Little LED lights.
You know what? I don't mind that disco light. I actually don't mind them lights. I wouldn't mind it on Trafford.
Yeah, but you know cities, we shine like the City badge on the pitch and that. You sign toilet urinals and leaking pipes. Like and shit.
Yeah, it's a process. And it's you know what I mean. We're working on things next year and whatnot. But all I'm saying to you, and this is just a message. I feel like Babs came on here and said, you know what, we're still not favourites, this and that. I just want us fans to believe now because you're at all the competitions. Now I just want the energy to come out of the chest a little bit because. You know what I mean? Like once a week, 1 game a week you've got now.
Because, SAEED, if they don't close this deal, all of this, calm, cool, collected Turkish in the left top corner, very smug, very happy. If you don't win this league, bro, there's nothing to say for the season. There's nothing to collect. There's nothing to take from it. And that means all of these London, we took over, London is red allegations. I'm afraid I'm have to rain check it all. I'm gonna have to take that shit back because you haven't
too early with that.
No, bro, you haven't accomplished anything. No, it doesn't matter. You haven't done anything, bro. You have to win, bro. The game is about glory. Ask TOBS. He knows. It's his slogan.
100%. Listen, I'm not even disagreeing with you,
bro.
We should win it. We should win it.
You have to.
This is the insecurity that I was talking about. Yeah, Arteta. I believed in Arteta before half the Arsenal fan base believed in Arteta. If I go any shows now and say Manchester City is going to win the league, apparently I'm arrogant, yeah. But this shows you how insecure they are because when I start talking about the big blue sharks coming and we're coming for the title, they shit themselves and say Big Steve's he's arrogant. He's just no, you're getting it all wrong. You see, I've been in this title race 4 out of 5 seasons, won 4 of them. Yeah, I'm confident, not arrogant. I'm confident. I've been in this running with a Liverpool team that was fucking relentless, that was on our necks and we were on their necks. They was on our necks. It was horrendous. So I'm confident in my team. So the Arsenal fans, not all of them, the ones that are in the DMs and that shitting themselves every time something bad happens, then they need to relax because the pressure's not even started yet. So I suggest you phone a counsellor, get him on the phone ready, because when the shit hits the fan, you're going to need to dial the counsellors. There'll be that many people phoning counsellors. You need to book in now because shit's going to get real. Manchester City ain't going away. Manchester City are not giving up this title without a fight. So like it or lump it, we turned you over at the Emirates. We turned you over at the Etihad. Somehow you tried to spin it into a positive, but you can't play them mind games with us. We're the fucking kings of mind games. We're going to win this league. We're going to win this league. And if you end up this season with fucking zero, then God help the universe, because the amount of shit that's being spouted, we're built different than Man City. We can win games in the last minute and all this. All that kind of shit that was coming out of the mouth, considering the week before when they were all hiding with balaclavas on outside the Tony Adams statue saying that the title was over. It's a lot, man. There's people out there got to look at themselves, not the bedroom dwellers, because they're all full of shit. But what I'm saying is, some people out there, if I'm Arsenal now and I'm 5 points clear in the league with 11 games to go, I want to see the chest. I want to see Arsenal.
Turkish, give us the chest, Turkish. Come on, man. Come on, Turkish. Come on, Turkish. Back the team, Turkish. Back the team. Come on.
Erling Braut Haaland is coming for that title.
You watched this. You just said it to me. You just said the league this season you've been brilliant. The Europa League is not. It's not relative to the league. You've just said you've been playing beautiful football, which you have. The players are on form. Jesus is back. I want to hear it. I want to hear you tell me it's happening. Shut me up.
Bro, listen, I told you it should happen. That's all I'm telling you. That's all I'm telling you on it. I don't know what more you want from me still. Because at the end of the day, listen, City have done it before. Steve's right there. 100%. Obviously, I can't account for who's DMing him and what messages are flying up.
No. Listen, I've got respect for Arsenal and what you've done this season. I've said it. And to any decent Arsenal fan, I came round the Emirates that night with all them Arsenal fans there. Turkish, was there. I was on my own, but I stood there and I spoke for hours. 12:30 at night, I'm still outside the Emirates talking to proper fans that wanted to have a conversation about the title race. I will do that. But there's some reactionary ones that I need to calm down. But all I'm saying is, you deserve to be top of the league. You're 5 points clear. What Arsenal have done this season in the Premier League is unbelievable because nobody expected it. Mikel Arteta deserves his props. But all I'm saying is, last 10 games or so, things are getting a little bit ropey. You've lost to City twice. Everton, Brentford draws. Do you know what I mean? Little things are starting to think, hold on a minute, Sporting Lisbon, Arsenal, Sporting Lisbon should really be getting through. So it's not as straightforward as people make out. So I get why some Arsenal fans are not going to want to put it out there. But it's football, man. You're in this position. You didn't expect to be in it. Fuck what anyone else says. Get on the Thierry Henry statue and start shouting from the rooftops, we're Arsenal and we're having the Premier League. Because I think we're having it. I just think the chest is back with Man City. We're having it. We're smashing these Germans up for 7. Erling's getting took off after scoring 5 after 59 minutes. So I'm confident. I'm not arrogant. I'm confident. I'm confident in my boys and Pep Guardiola. And, I can't wait for it, man. I can't wait.
Welcome back, Steve.
No, I can't lie. Listen to me. This is what I'm telling you. Everyone here, bar Steve, would rather be in our position now than theirs. Every single one of them.
You don't say.
That's all I'm saying. So in terms of Steve being confident,
what are you laughing at, Chris? Go on, Tex.
Instead of Steve, obviously Steve's confident about it. My thing is we should win it. We've been the best team in the league. Steve said it. We've been the best team. We've bounced back from every blip or poor performance. We've bounced back. It was only a few days ago we smoked Fulham away. Only a few days ago, obviously, Sporting was our worst performance. If we go beat Palace, we're 8 points clear with 10 games to go. At the end of the day, the Anfield one next is a big, big test because Anfield, Etihad,
Rise, Chris,
in James Park.
Rise.
minimum 5 points out of those.
We need some heavy dose of Viagra to rise, brother. We ain't rising shit.
Games, and then we win the league, 100%.
What? Hold on. What was that?
I said Liverpool away, City away, Newcastle away. We get 5 points minimum out of those 3 games. We'll win the league, and that's minimum. That's minimum.
It's not what I came for, but I'll take it.
New manager bounced though, man. Vieira leaving at the right time. You know what I mean? Is it something?
It's not really a new manager, man.
Hey,
it's not. It's
no manager bounce.
It's a new feeling bounce. It could be two ways. Remember, I think Leeds United. I think they came against us and they got a 2-2. I know we're not saying when this terms of the season, but you get a new feeling about. Elise starts to feel the shackles are off. You know what I mean? Zaha's got a spring in his step. He doesn't have to worry about defending. You never know. I'm just saying. Because it was when you lost the FA Cup, you went on a bit of a dodgy run. So I don't know. I don't know how your heads are that low. I don't know if they're feeling down. And I see Zinchenko doing mad shit. You know what I mean? When you guys went 2-2, it was like, yo, man. I don't know. Do you reckon the head loss not going to be there? Do you reckon the mentality will still be there?
Every test this squad has had mentally this season, we passed it up until now. Obviously, this is the last 11. Well, when we move into the last 10 games after international break, that's another test. But the way they've dealt with every test so far, think about it. We're top of the league by 5 points again after City caught up with us after beating us at the Emirates to go top of the league again, knocking us off top for the first time in how long? What did we do? We bounced back, winning every game since.
Can I ask, right? The last thing on the European heritage thing, we already know the stats. Do you think Arsenal fans have the right to disrespect the Conference League? Genuinely.
To disrespect what? The Conference League?
Yeah, do Arsenal fans have the right?
The Conference League is not a good competition, bro.
It means the Europa League, right? He means the
I mean the Conference League. I mean actually the Conference League. If you haven't won the Europa League, can you actually disrespect the Conference League?
Why? What class is disrespect? It's not a
disrespect as in shitting on it, as in not really ranking it or rating it.
But give a good reason why anyone should rate the competition. Do you want to be
me? I've got 2 Europas and 2 champs.
Do you?
No, me no, because I've won better. That's what I've done.
Even if you hadn't won the Champions League, do you want to be in the Conference League?
If I had never won anything in Europe,
answer my question. Do you?
Let me answer it then. Let me answer it. If I had never won if I had never won anything in Europe, I probably would say I would like to win something in Europe. So I'd want to win the conference. I want to win something.
Matisse, the point I'm making
is
because I'm seeing a lot of Arsenal fans in the chat say, "Oh, you could be in the Conference League, pipe down." I'm like, hold on a second, you guys have never won anything in Europe. Why are you disrespecting the Conference League?
Because a team like yours that spends their
money. I hear it.
No, that's a fair point. You don't want to be in the Conference League. If you've qualified for the Conference League, you've had a shit season.
Facts, 100%.
But so I don't really understand.
If you haven't won anything in Europe,
once you're in the competition, yes, of course you would like to win it. But if you don't win it, it's not the end of the world because it's not a competition you wanted to be in the first place.
Was you? No, you haven't been in it. Was you in it a couple years ago?
We were in it. I didn't want to qualify for it, but once we qualified for it, I wanted to win it. Because if you're in it, you may as well win it.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I just feel like
I hear that if you're in it, you might as well win it. That's the truth.
Yeah, that's my mentality. But I think I would have done it for. I don't know if I would have went down too low for Conference League, but yeah, I rate Matisse. I always rate. You know what I mean? If you're there in it. So I rate you, Matisse, for going down there. So I'm with you.
Shut up.
You know what I mean? I would probably let the Europa League, but you know what? If you go down, I'm there with you, my brother.
You can't hide from that one. It's dodgy as hell. Like going out when you're playing the second leg at home, and when you look at the teams you've gone out to, like Olympiacos, Sporting, Villarreal, I can't remember who. Atletico Madrid are the only teams I think where you could actually say, okay, you know what, fair enough. And even that one, you probably deserve to win that tie over 2 legs. You just missed a lot of your chances, the one in the Wenger. But going out to Sporting Lisbon at home, man, that's not good enough. It really isn't.
It's not good enough. 100% it's not good enough. But at the same time, when you're falling back onto a title race, the blow is not as deep as it could be. Because don't get it twisted. If we go and then we don't win the title, obviously this because you look back. Well, I'll look back at this and think, oh, we missed a great moment because it's us or United. Really, it looks like it was us or United. There's other big teams that don't get it twisted, but the way United have been looking this season as well, they're the favourites now. But if we go on to win the league, no one's even caring about what happened against Sporting.
No, of course. It's just the way it goes the other way.
Yeah, but in order to that, but you have to win the league. Which is what is being said here. So it's one or the other. You have to win the league. If you don't win the league, then it just feels like it's
disappointment.
It's a waste because me personally, whenever Spurs in the Europa League, I always want to win it. I don't really get why the Europa League gets. Obviously, it's tiresome and it's not as glamorous, but it's still a credible European competition to win. And when you look at the teams that were actually in the competition, you and Man United were the strongest. I was fully expecting Arsenal United to get to the final because I felt like you both had squads that were capable to do both.
Juve are coming back into form last month or two.
Come off it, man.
They're coming back in.
Please, man.
Well, I just said a fact. They're coming back in. I'm not saying
back Juve.
I haven't said anything else. I'm not saying they're back at like the old lady. I just said they come back into form. They've won their last. Someone in the chat will confirm because I'll just make up a stat otherwise if you don't.
But let me get it for you, Grizz. Don't worry, brother. I got
they've won. They've won the last 7-8 games. Like hardly conceded a goal. They're going back in form. But obviously, I know what you mean. Man United and Arsenal were the strength. I don't actually write Sporting Lisbon off. I think they're a very good team. I'm not gonna lie. I think they've got a good manager. I know. Man City smashed them last season, and who do they play?
They played Tottenham in the group. That's what's
Tottenham
funny.
in the group.
Yeah, they were in Tottenham's group.
Yeah, so what I mean, it's but Man United, Arsenal, would have been. You could say Arsenal would have been the favourites if they qualified. I think.
But on the plus side, you know what I mean. Let's be real now. I know I was bantering and whatnot, but you got one game a week. You can focus on that. Arteta's got a full squad now. So now there's literally no excuses now. I know you can get injuries here and there, but it's a full squad now. You pick your best 11 and you just go game by game, week by week. I don't know how much, the fit will be there. Man City will be hovering and they're the best at it. You know what I mean? So this is a time, game by game week, and just do it, man. You know what I mean?
Game by game. I can't. Obviously, Saliba's probably out for Sunday, but we should still beat Palace.
Grizz, you know that 5 points is fuck all in this title race. You know that, innit? Because you've seen it with City, Liverpool. Even when you get 8 and 9, it's just things have a habit of just not going that way. Man United was 8 points clear with 6 games to go. 8 with 6 to go, and we won the league.
I've generally said I looked at the fixtures and I was on another show doing a predictions, and this is not like obviously I backed Arteta from the start. Like we could see a vision, see a plan, whatnot, right? But when it comes down to it now, when you look at the running, the last 10 games of each club, like those fixtures that Turkish has mentioned, and obviously we're fucking pile of shit, but they are on paper tough fixtures. And Man City and experience is so key. Now, this will be the test how much Zinchenko and Gabriel Jesus signings and Jorginho's 3 very experienced players who have won shit, because that's the only thing in going in Arsenal's favour, in my opinion. Because before that, if you didn't have Zinchenko, Gabriel Jesus and Jorginho in this squad, there's no way anyone, even if you had a 7-8 point lead now, like without a game, I know it's going to be 8 points, but they're going to have a game in hand. Even if you had a straight 8 point lead, City would have been clear favourites, in my opinion. But the fact that you've got 3 winners in your squad now gives you a little bit of hope for your fan base that they have some form of influence over the rest. Because let's not be around the bush. The rest of them are kids and haven't won anything, right? Have they? Yeah. I don't think they've won anything. So them 3 players, Zinchenko, he's trying his best. He done a little pep style team talk in the middle of the game, like on the pitch. Jesus coming back, and then Jorginho. If they can get you over the line, that's the only thing, a glimmer of hope for you guys. Because it is pressure. Trust me, it's fucking. I'm loving.
I think both teams are going to drop points, mate. I think
both teams are going to drop points. How wild is this season? How wild is it? How are we sitting here thinking both teams are going to win? Let's say 11 games left. Neither team's going to win 10 out of those 11.
Your team that will decide it, maybe, Grizz.
Yeah, I think Liverpool's got a big say in it. Yeah. We've got Liverpool next.
Oh, do we play both of you? Oh, yeah. We play both.
We've got like Brentford. No mugs. Brighton away, no mugs.
Yeah, but you have got an easier fixture list compared to this, Steve. You have. I did look at it, and I made it. You win it by about 2 points, and that's how tight it's going to be.
Yeah, we've got Bayern Munich, Omen away, sandwiched in between that. FA Cup semi-final, maybe.
The Bayern tie is key because that's going to be a mega tie. That's not a normal tie. I'm telling you, that's going to be a mega tie, and it's 100%. True. That could change. Anything can happen. Rodri picks up an injury. That's how much I rate Rodri. I think Rodri is a one-man wrecking machine for City. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah,
City with Rodri and City without Rodri, to me, and I know I'm not in a position to.
He barely gets injured, though, isn't it?
He doesn't. He's a cyborg. But this is my point. But this is my point. Rodri, if like shit can happen in it, fucking injuries can happen. If Rodri picked up an injury, I'm sure Steve's confidence will take a dip because that crucial.
Last year, Rodri was hanging out of his ass, and Fernandinho got wheeled out and got us over the line. Literally limped us over the line. Yeah. If Rodri gets injured this season, we got Calvin Phillips. Now, no disrespect to Calvin Phillips, but he's not that guy that everyone thought he was. He can't be trusted to come on with 15 minutes to go and see the game out. So, yeah, there's a lot. But the biggest one.
Biggest one, Haaland.
If Haaland is injured, you know, play Alvarez up front, and Alvarez up front on his own, he's not ready.
For me, it's not that. For me, I think the X factor you guys got up your sleeve is Kevin De Bruyne. Because he's 100%. Been pants, right? And now is the time, because he's going to have a patch. And I said it, he's going to have a patch in the next 6 weeks where he turns mad, where he turns Superman.
He's not been pants. What he's done is he comes in, does a bit, and then Pep's resting him.
But do you remember last season?
He's an old man, so I think he believes he's an old man now.
Yeah, but do you remember last season when he went mad at Wolves, it started from?
Yeah, he scored 4 at Wolves.
So that period, and he hasn't been great this season, I don't think, right? Steve cannot argue otherwise, but he hasn't been Kevin De Bruyne. But he's going to spark before the end of the season. He's going to spark, and this could be the turn.
The all rise near the end. Gundogan turns up when things happen. Listen,
I think it's going to be mad. It's going to be mad.
Banter aside, I'm genuinely, because the way we started the season, it wasn't looking good for us at one point. We wasn't looking that team, but we've pulled it round. Ruben Diaz coming back has been massive for us, and I'm talking massive. He's galvanised the squad. And now we're fighting on all fronts. So we're in a title race. I'm confident, you know, in my team. What kind of person would I be if I came on here and shit myself and said Arsenal's going to win the league? It won't be happening. I'm confident. I can feel it. We're going to be there or thereabouts. We ain't giving it up. Man City don't give anything up. Liverpool know that. They went toe-to-toe with us, and a fantastic Liverpool side went toe-to-toe with us, and at the end of the season ended up with no league. So they know we ain't giving up. Pep's not going to give up. But listen, Arsenal deserve to be where they are. At the minute, they've got the bit between the teeth. They've now got... You can look at the Arsenal thing going out the European Cup however way you want it. You can think, right, they've gone out the FA Cup so they can now concentrate on the league. Or you can think, the Europa League. Or... if they were still in the Europa League, you know yourself in a title run, you need these other games sometimes to freshen people up because not everyone can play. And there's going to be times where you're going to have to count on players that haven't had minutes. So where did they get the minutes from? So it is what it is. But listen, I'm looking forward to the title race. You know my thoughts on Arteta. Some Arsenal fans, I don't know what they think. I hate Arsenal now, but I don't. I'm backing my team in a title race. And I'm just looking forward to it, man.
Yeah, man, I'm with you guys. Like I said, man, Arsenal, I'm with you guys. Go win the league. And obviously, I don't know what GRIZZ, you're with us still, or you?
I've changed.
Oh, you changed.
Yeah.
When they needed you the most, you just left them.
I left them. I left them. Yeah.
I believe the bottom row is.
I tell you why. It's similar to Steve. The fan base has pissed me off. Like Arteta's my boy. Like, you know what I mean. Like,
you part of that fan base, though.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly. It's mad.
What we saying? What
you gassed them up?
you heard what I said.
What you saying?
You part of that fan base.
No, I still respect Arteta, and I disagree with. First and foremost, I was sat here listening to you guys calling this season a disgrace.
Now, do you?
No. There's no. I'm already in the dark. Come. You know where I am. All right? Anyway, but what I will say is, I disagree with you lot about if Arsenal don't win the title, right? It's, you know, you're going to cuss them and it's back to the drawing boards and all that business. And I'm not even an Arsenal fan. I don't believe that. I don't think none of you lot can speak to Arsenal if they finish, let's say, a couple of points behind Man City, and Man City win their last eight out of the last 11 games. I don't think you two have got. You three can talk to them.
Who, me?
Yeah.
If my team did the unthinkable and won the Champions League, I'm gonna say whatever the hell I want. I'm gonna be so shameless. You don't even know who I am. I will come here. My guy, I agree.
If you win the Champions League, but as of right now, you're up against Madrid, likely to go out. Even though I think you got a good chance. TOBS had a season of hell. I've had a season of hell. Even if they finish 4th and I finish 5th or whatever, and Man United will have finished below Arsenal. None of you lot can talk to Arsenal. I get the banter of side of things, but City we know is City. Like they're a different animal. So that's why I disagreed with the part where you lot were saying you must win the league. If you don't win the league, I think that's just you lot just doing it because you're.
No, I'm being serious. They have to take something from the season, Grizz, because Grizz.
You lot have been doing this every season and saying and every time they've improved. You lot just
did they prove you right when they finished 5th last year? Did they prove you right when they finished 5th last year?
Why are you talking about last year?
Because you just said that every single time we doubt them or question them, they prove us wrong.
Arsenal fans in the chat, you see how they're coming in.
You had them to be in the top 4 last year. What happened?
Is this the Sharks that what Steve was referring to? Look at the Sharks coming. Look at
I'm coming. I'm swimming. You said last season.
How can you not talk to Arsenal with this? How can you not talk to Arsenal,
brother?
You can't. You can't say it's a disaster. They must.
I didn't say it would be a disaster. I said there will be nothing to take from the season. You could.
Of course there will be. That's rubbish.
Oh, bro, listen. We can until the cows come home. We could talk about we played good football.
No.
Great wins. Great overachievement. At the end of the day, when the history books look back, there is nothing to take.
They will be in the Champions League. You won't be.
When Tottenham under Poch went to the Champions League final and they finished 2nd or whatever, or 3rd in a two-horse race or 3-horse race, whatever it was. At the end of the day, there's nothing to come back to, whether you like it or not. It's as simple as that. There's nothing to come back to. You could talk about.
You know what? I'm gonna keep quiet because Arsenal fans in the chat think I'm riding Arsenal.
There's nothing to come back to.
No. I'm talking football. I'm talking from a footballing point of view, from the situation.
This is football. This is football. It's a ruthless game.
No, it's a ruthless game.
It is a ruthless game.
It is, and you
can talk about the 90 points that you got as much as you want. At the end of the day, you have 1 league title. That is the fact. That is the fact. One Premier League title. That's it.
The fact is we've won 7 cups in 5 years. That's the fact of the matter, including the Champions League. You after spending 600 million will finish 7th. Well, they will finish 2nd. How can you chat to them?
Because we picked up a Champions League just a couple years ago. They just told me, they were telling me London is red. If they don't pick up anything,
it's more red than blue. It's more red than blue.
No, it's not, because the game is about winning.
No,
it's not about
talk, man. I'm tired. I'm old. I'm past
winning. Because let me tell you why. Because if my team were to come back next season and win something significant, your season that you've just had would be irrelevant to me. You have to do something.
I agree. That if you win the Champions League, look, I'll caveat it with if you win the Champions League, talk your shit.
No, bro, Arsenal have to win something.
Guys, do you not see this? Are you not seriously going down this line?
You need to listen. Do you know why you're not understanding this? If Arsenal finish 2nd, I'm not saying that.
Look at the amount of passion behind this. Look at the
because
hold on. Look how much Arsenal have hurt, man, this season.
Because it's not a fairy tale, man.
Bro, look how much they've hurt you. You're not even backing them.
I just want to just appreciate this.
Look how much they've hurt you. You're not even backing it.
Hold on, you've been passionately going in for time. SAEED cuts in every once in a while.
We want you to give us some passion. Give us some passion.
Look how much we've hurt.
This is meant to be your passion. This is meant to be you. Look how much they've hurt you.
So get up off that chair, man.
You keep saying Arsenal should. Arsenal should.
Chill out. You man was just talking for like what 20 minutes, and now you don't want to stop. Now just give me a sec, because you man, I just want to appreciate this.
Yeah.
Because there was a time Arsenal, you was irrelevant to you, man. Remember that?
Oh.
Now look at the energy and the emotion behind the hate. It's actually beautiful. A lot of the chat sometimes talk about interject there. I'm just thinking like, these men are actually, they're gone. Their head's gone.
I'm correct. In my opinion, I'm correct.
Hand up, Matisse wants to talk. Go on, go again. Go again for another 17 minutes if you want.
No, but I'm just saying, we don't want this to become a
every single one of you, bar Man City, would rather be in our position right now, regardless of what competitions you're in, whatever you've won, you'd rather be in our position right now. That's it.
But I want to win it.
No one said they don't want to win.
You know what?
Turkish.
Do you know what?
Actually,
Turkish.
Steve-
Sorry.
Now, Tobes wants to speak as well. You man have just
Just let me get this point in, though. Let me get this point in. If Arsenal win this league this season, yeah, me as a Man City supporter, I can take a step back and say, yeah, take it on the chin. The best team won, and then we move because it's just what we do. But Matisse, Toby, fucking hell! If Arsenal win this league, your life is going to be hell.
We're Steve. We're rivals, bro. That's what it's about.
But Steve, that's why. But Steve, that's exactly. No, but that's the reason.
Pure hell. I can see because remember all that when Arteta needs to be sacked.
Yes.
Yes. I thought,
Yes.
wow.
It's not about Arteta. It's the fact that we're rivals. I don't like Arsenal. Just like if Tottenham won the Champions League, Arsenal fans would be shitting themselves. Shitting. If Pochettino won the Champions League against Liverpool, look what. I don't think you guys remember what Arsenal fans were going through when Tottenham were walking out in the Champions League final. They were pissing themselves.
They were shitting their pants. They said the amount of people that have told me they felt so much relief when we lost that final because they couldn't have that. And my only point is this: like, I feel like the you must thing is, even from a Spurs fan, I get it. It's a bit excessive, but
that's fine. Exactly. That's all I said.
But when you have gone out of your way to field sides that aren't the strongest in these cup competitions, and you've gotten rid of these.
This squad's not. Why am I talking? Shut up, Chris.
Man is defending Arsenal more than Turkish.
Yeah, man.
Again, as always.
Relax.
I'm relaxed now.
I'm just making 3 points. I just don't want Arsenal fans to be hypocrites. That's all. Because
I agree with that. I hate the Arsenal fan base, by the way.
Okay, Chris. That's cool.
Grizz is lost.
They're the reasons why I've switched to City.
You're lost.
I am lost.
You're lost.
I'm lost. I've switched to City.
Let Tom say his point.
I've switched.
Let Tom finish his point.
I just so my point is this: like, you basically can't these cups for the sake of the league. So now I feel like, as harsh as it is, Matisse is perfectly within his rights to say you should go out and win that thing because this is what you sacrificed a Europa League for. This is what you sacrificed potentially an FA Cup for. This is what you sacrificed potentially a League Cup for. But the point on the hypocrisy is, for years, even on this show, Turkish has said, what do Spurs have to show for it? All of this, the amount of times I've lost count of the amount of times I've heard from Arsenal fans. Oh, you've had your best period in your history. You've not won anything. You've not done this. You've not done that. Your bottle jobs. You're this third in those 2-horse race. You're this the best, most goals, least goals conceded, nothing to show for it. So I don't want to see any sort of hypocrisy. You must go and win that title. All that time you had. I thought you said too much. Yeah,
let him cook.
You must go and win that title because so many years I've heard, what's the point having all the best football, all of this stuff, and got nothing to show for it? Even Arsenal at our worst, we've won the FA Cup. Okay, cool. Come, go and win the league. Come on. Practice what you preach. Go and win the league. That's all.
I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you. One of the first things I said when we talked about this today, about 40 minutes ago, yeah, I said if you don't win nothing, the season's not remembered nowhere nearly as much. So at the end of the day, I agree. For this season and what we've done and the football we've played and being the best team after 27 games, we should win this league. And if we don't, it's going to be disappointing. It's going to be frustrating. People are going to be angry about it. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's the end of the world, because what GRIZZ is saying is certain clubs can't talk to us because of the progress we've made when you take a step back. Obviously, as a fan, it's going to hurt, man, if that doesn't happen. But as an opposition fan, when you look from outside, people are dwelling on if you don't do it, it's this. But the reality is you're impressed with Arsenal's improvement this season.
Do you know why I said that? Do you know why I said that? Last season was the season from hell in the end. But that journey, no one can take away from me. Like, we won 2 out of 4 competitions. Yes, we didn't win either of the big ones, but we reached the thing. So I know what it means, like, to say, like, all right, Madrid and City, the only ones that can tell us about ourselves. The rest of you,
Nope.
Shut your mouths.
Nope.
What do you mean? No,
you can't compare because you picked.
What do you mean?
Do you know why you can't compare? And I'm gonna compliment you here.
I hear you.
You picked up trophies, bro.
Sure. I hear that, but it's levels, isn't it? So it's that was the top. That was the highest level. Yeah. And even though we reached all 4 finals, still there was a disappointment. People can still say, but you ended up winning 2 domestic trophies. You didn't win anything else. You can't say that. You can't just diss another team's the rest of the journey that they went through. Arsenal, you're dissing the journey. You're saying,
no, I'm not dissing the journey. I'm not dissing the journey.
Let's be realistic, Steve. Even if you do win the league, it's probably going to be about 3-4 points, right? If that, something like that, isn't it? It's not going to be sudden, drastic 15-point win, is it? So if Man City, who have won, it's going to be 4 out of 5,
5 out of 6.
If it's going to be 5 out of 6 titles, if Arsenal, who we were talking about, are you going to get top 4? Why am I doing the SAEED accent? Are you going to get top 4? Are you going to get 6? Right? Come on, we can't suddenly say if they suddenly take. If we think Arsenal are going to take City to the last couple of games, and we're going to say, you know what, what did you do? They done a lot.
There's a fine line between what you're saying and the fairy tale nature. This is Arsenal Football Club still. Like, let's not pretend we're a Leicester.
He's talking about them like they're Leicester, brother.
Exactly. That's what you're doing.
And even Leicester closed it.
Okay, you're doing this to me.
Even Leicester closed it.
This is the Arsenal.
Okay, you don't do this to me. A different story to anyone. You can't say he's talking about us like he's Leicester or he's
no. But it's a fairy tale nature. It's
our team's different.
Why I get your team's different because you got a young team and you've gone on a journey and you've made friends along the way. Obviously, GRIZZ is one of them. Yeah, I get it. And when the season's done, and if you finish second, I'm not going to sit here and say Arsenal had a crap season. And no, that would be lunacy. But what I'm saying is, this is football, and football isn't always linear. Yeah, I know that my team is 10th. I won the Champions League a couple years ago. Anything can happen. So when you have the opportunity to close the deal, you better take it because you don't know if you're going to win it next year or the year after or the year after. You don't want to look back in regret. And as much as Arsenal fans want to come for me in the chat, you know what I'm saying is facts. Because if you don't win it, you're going to look upon this season. You're going to look back on this season. You're going to be like, shit, we missed a chance. And I don't need to tell you that because you know that. And you could pretend and GRIZZ can cuddle you and give you little therapy sessions and say, oh, it's all going to be okay. Don't worry. Don't worry. It's all going to be okay. It's not all going to be okay because you didn't win it. And then you got to go into the start of next season. You got to go all over again. And can I just finish on this point? How many times have we spoken about Liverpool struggling to go back to back with the same motivation because they're so deflated from coming so close? How many times? Every time, right? Because you're consistently having to go up and down, back into the title race with City, in and out. So GRIZZ is only telling you half the story. Unfortunately, I'm telling you the full story. That's it.
This is the man of the match display.
Thanks.
Can
we get some super chats out of the way, please? Because look at the time. It's 11 p.m. already, and
48 minutes because Arsenal got knocked out the Europa League. You know what
I mean?
Big club, man. That's why.
It just shows what we've done.
You guys are back in it. Arsenal are back, man.
Arsenal back.
Time Arsenal.
Thank you, man. Thank you. It's fun. We're back up there. The big dogs. That's us and City this season. That's why you man are like this. As soon as we go out of competition, you want to just go around like piranhas. It is what it is. If we win the league, it's peak for you, man. If we don't win the league, it's peak for us, man. We know that. Matisse don't have to tell us. SAEED don't have to tell us. TOBS don't have to tell us. I'm going to be hurting before the show. So either way, it is what it is. But like GRIZZ said, our club's in a better position than some clubs talking right now. If not all clubs talking right now. Because Steve and GRIZZ ain't talked for a little while.
I'll take City's position over yours because they're still in Champions
League. Of course
you
take City's position over ours. I get that. But you'll take ours over yours.
100%.
Things can change, man. That's what I'm saying. It's so crucial.
I'll be saying my team's going to close it. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, but obviously you've also got the experience in doing it. Not necessarily recently because it's been different, but...
GRIZZ, why are you laughing, man?
Hello, Super Chats.
There is, you know, that's the thing. Let's just get into
Yeah,
it.
man. Let's keep it moving, man.
49 minutes, 6,500 people. Listen, people, hit the like button if you haven't here
Come
already.
on.
I think we passed 1,000. We have
Come
passed 1,000. Let's pass 2,000, man. 6.5K in the building. Big up everyone. Big up Big Steve back in the building. Didn't really introduce him properly, but you know what it is already.
You don't need
all of
introduction.
his channel link, sorry, not all of his links, but his channel link is in the description below, as well as SAEED, GRIZZ, TOBS, MATISSE, Skull, Thuggery, the official channel, because the highlights of these shows are now coming out on the official channel about 12 to 24 hours after this show stops. So if you want to catch up with some highlights rather than go through the long show, go over to the Big Six channel. Make sure you're subscribed. Super Chat Sunset says, did you notice Arteta's lack of usual touchline animation despite the controversial ref? He doesn't care about Europa League and was happy to exit. Sorry, just a couple more have come in. Let me just try to say about that. Big up Sunset. Shout out. To be honest with you, I think, listen, Arteta said it, and by the changes and all that, he did want to progress. You wouldn't be bringing the players you're bringing on if you didn't. You wouldn't start as strong a team if you didn't want to progress. So it's not like we sacrificed the Europa League for the Premier League. We got knocked out. But Sporting was the better team. Bryson says, shout out to all you, man, and my guy Hugh. Love for the love. Appreciate your content. No, I appreciate you being so consistent and so great at what y'all do. Even TOBS, big up, man. JC says, rivals ganging up on Arsenal because of one thing, jealousy. We'll see you in May. Steve, nobody mentioned the championship and fraudulent activity. Ten Hag.
Welcome back, Steve. Welcome back.
One second, let me say this. Ray says, Ten Hag, keep my club out your mouth. It's a lot of bad things these haters wishing on us. Can't wait for the victory parade. Big up Ray, hope you're good. Big Steve needs a knighthood for his dismantling of the bedroom dweller Goldbridge. He said what all real football fans think. Steve Goldfish. I ain't seen that, but big up Steve. Anyway, you know what Steve's about. Place. Imagine Napoli, Bayern, City fans telling us they'll be happy to exit Champions League just to focus on their leagues. This is why Arsenal next season will crumble. Big summer. Champions League football, Champions League money at the bare minimum. If we manage to get a League 2, it can be it's a big one. It's a big summer. I'd expect to be going in for top targets and quick as well. It says the way rival fans were on us yesterday was weird, pathetic, and embarrassing. It was just too much. You guys need to chill. It was just the Europa League. Dial Square says City has a 22-man squad to stretch over 3 comps, including injuries. Arsenal have a 22-man squad to stretch over one plus a new world-class centre forward. Advantage who? Where are we? Sorry, there's bare left. 38 still left. Sam says, do you think that clubs should be limited to transfer windows when looking to sack higher managers? I do. Saeed's nodding there as well. Whatever you're paying Skull Thuggery, double it. Whatever you ask for, pay and don't speak. Big up the panel. Come on. And is that Toby in the Roma top? It is. It is. Genuinely hope Arsenal win the league so some of these tapped online fans have nothing to complain about. Spent the whole week crying about Ten Hag. TVG says, big up Steve, good to see you back. Don't like the positive narrative fans are spinning. Wasn't good enough. But on to Palace. SAEED and Matisse have had chest transplants. Very interesting. We will be there. It's so mad. Blue Moon. Arsenal will bottle this season. Their fans think they've won the league. You'll finish spotless just like your neighbours. I don't know, everyone's spending too much time online and Twitter and that, and replying to the comments too much. Everyone I talk to knows it's still open, the league. We're not ready for Europe yet, says Stephen. The team is getting ready to win the league and take Europe next. I don't know where the chest is coming from Chelsea and United.
We will be there no matter what.
Relax. Arteta's tried to give players chances. Believe this, those that have failed in this season, loneless next season. If this was in Champions League, I'd be pissed. But miss me with this Europe's money grab. Yeah, I get that. I get that, but it definitely shows we need for Champions League. That's for sure. Embarrassing considering how big Arsenal fans think their club is. Regardless of what company you're in, a big club will always try and win it. You don't get picked what trophies you win at the end of the season. Again, we picked a strong team. We made strong substitutions. I don't know why people are saying that we took it light. We actually took it serious and lost. What can we do? Sam says, SAEED telling fans from other clubs to compose themselves. Someone get this man a mirror.
Thank you very much.
AP says, Big Steve, welcome back, brother. I was just wondering why you were out there making content with Terry and the Big Six family. Missing you. Don't you worry about that, man. Don't you worry about that. Steve's a Big Six original. As a C fan, I'm deflated that we lost considering we have a bad record in Europe. And it's a good contingency if we missed out on the league. Holograms, they'll look like he won a raffle to go in net on to get that goal as well. I didn't even mention that goal, but that goal was fucking mad.
That was wild, man.
Crazy
that goal was mad. You know when that goes and you slightly think already, this might not be our day, and then it is what it is. Sam says success isn't linear. If you believe differently, you need education. Finishing second is progress in the context. Arsenal fans should be gutted, but also understand where we were and where we are going. That's it. But the initial thing's going to be upset and disappointment. But if you think you're a blue shark, don't forget if we win the league, it's awakening of the sleeping lion. That's what is scaring you, mate.
More like a sea lion.
Steve, no disrespect.
Bigger fish to fry, so it's going to be a big fish.
You are asking for chest from Turkish. I'd rather have your war chest and be 5 points behind. Respect and trust our legal process. Turkish, isn't it strange that rival YouTubers have started to stream hate-alongs this season due to Arsenal dominating the Premier League? Didn't see any last season, the season before that, etc. Battled. Do the people that do that on the panel want to answer that question, or should we move on?
Do you know what it is? Yeah, it's just I like to watch football. Do you know what I mean? I like to watch football, and it's all about learning and growing and developing and improving. So it's just here to watch everybody's teams and see how everybody does. You know what I mean? So I can bring knowledge to the Big Six. That's all it is. What about you, SAEED?
I'm the same. What did you say? Yeah, that's it.
Bro, just copy my homework and I'll send. Bro, just take it, bro.
This is why I call you Football Focus now, Matisse. That's your new name. You're Football Focus.
Yeah, man. It's good football, though. Arsenal play some good football. You know what I mean? So why not?
Yeah, it's great. It's great to watch. Great stuff.
Yeah, man.
Very enjoyable to watch.
You lot are wankers, man.
Paul says Turkish with chess. When we win it, you will have your day. Everyone hates us. 600 million flops. Mouthy Steve that think the world stopped. We will see. Come on, you Gunners. Mohammed, that Europa League exit was shambolic and there is no excuse. Now we must win this league or this season is a failure 100. New manager bounce. Stop playing AU bounce. Maybe both. Arsenal better watch out. Man United been playing 3 games a week pretty much all season and they've been fine. Arsenal do it for a couple of weeks and look how they're crumbling. Let me just add TOBS back into the face.
I'll leave him, man.
There you go. It's funny how took Tottenham to second with sexy football.
That's how you want to be, yeah? Cool.
I'm not gonna lie, I love your top. I'm not gonna lie, I was gonna big it up, but you know what I mean? It's a proper nice top.
You're a liar, man. You would have called it out at first if you could. You just had to big it up. Where was that? Second. Funny how Poch took Tottenham to second with sexy football and cup exits was a failure, but Arsenal potentially doing the same is not a failure. Same standard as Tottenham. Why is it Arsenal can't bottle the league now, rather than how is the £1 billion squad that added Haaland bottling the league to Arsenal?
Somebody's gonna get it. If Arsenal win the league, Man City are gonna get it. If Man City win the league,
simple.
Arsenal,
that's just the way it works, man.
That's easy.
That's the way it works. JV says, Matisse, relax. Tell Bowley that if he has a 600 million plus squad, if he has 600 million plus to spend it on solving world hunger. People will fondly remember him at the least. Man has the same number of Fafanas as Premier League wins this year. Find the corner, will you?
It's not gonna ease the pain, brother.
I think basic should revisit top 4 predictions and then check. You must win league or it will be failure. Sums it up. Oh, we are upcoming team who will challenge and win some time. Who left now? Okay. GRIZZ. Hell no, GRIZZ. If we finish third with 3 trophies and all Arsenal get a second, they didn't have a better season than us. GRIZZ, it's okay. Thanks for having our backs. Young lads tend to be very opinionated and blurt whatever comes to their heads. Matisse, honestly, if I were you, I'll come back next year to top 6. Put your neck on the line, Turkish. We have nothing to lose. I believe we will win this league, inshallah. This pain will be the fuel. They got Mohammed. Matisse, you can't even talk to Bernie right now, spending 600 mil and being 10th. Pray to the Almighty you win Champions League, else you'll be the worst in Europe. Too many men says, forget Europa. This team needs sole focus on the title. What date is the parade there? As I'm looking to book time off work just in case. Should be a day or two, I guess. Should be. But it all depends. And yeah, I wouldn't quote me on that. That's well off being planned at the moment, I think. The irony that a Spurs fan is chatting to us about winning it, bro, says William. Zenith, every fan base is unbearable when they're winning. Liverpool fans were unbearable here in Nepal. I can only imagine them in England. GRIZZ hate is because Arsenal would win it in his first year of challenging. Where is GRIZZ anyway? Because I actually want to answer to that. Because before GRIZZ used to little brother Arsenal. That's what he used to do, obviously. The Arsenal fans, a lot of them online.
Very patronizing, in my opinion. Me and Tobes don't little brother you. We hold you to your massive club.
No. I'm not saying you two. I didn't say. Oh,
that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
But maybe you know why he's doing this, right? It's clear why he's doing this.
Yeah. But
Liverpool are pants, Arsenal are good, and now he doesn't have you under his thumb. So now he actually sees that you're a significantly better side on evidence this season. You don't like it.
Same legacy of Klopp. That's what they're saying, man. So
didn't he
loved you when he loved you lot when they were flogging you 4-0 at Anfield.
Man.
He's gonna win something. 2 weeks later, Liverpool flog Arsenal 4-0. He loved that, didn't he?
At least me and Toby's hate is consistent.
Yeah.
I understand. Trust me. I know it's gonna hurt GRIZZ so much if we win it. It's gonna hurt him so much. But yeah.
But his son's an Arsenal fan, so he might love it deep down. Don't know.
Nah, he ain't gonna love nothing. When they start putting Arteta next to Klopp in memes,
I'm telling you, the memes are gonna be mad.
Alternate says, since the takeover, City have never lost the title race. Every time they win, they've always won it. Just keep that in mind, Arsenal fans. GRIZZ, you criticize Spurs for the exact same thing you praise Arsenal for. Spurs took Leicester and Chelsea to the last few games too. Pick a side. TMB said to the panel, no chance is missed until one of you backs your team to challenge City next week. Who will it be? To the panel, no chance is missed until one of you. I don't get it. Challenge City next week.
Next week's international break, so
yeah, man.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know what you're doing, mate.
So it's a Friday night. I'm gonna let him off. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not easy.
I'm down to a few more. If I've missed any, that's coming. Apologies, people. I don't think I have, but I've saved a few more. Cal says Matisse and Toby are shook. Keep living in the past, future, mate. Next season this, next season that. Units live in the present. Musty and I don't know what's going on here. Arsenal bought Odegaard. City bought Haaland. The rest of you lot have been buying crap for years. PMJ, 1 game a week. This is not the same City. We need to take this opportunity. If we don't win it, I won't be upset. I've loved this season so far. I'm going to be more than upset if we don't win it. Obviously, it's the first season for how long since we've actually been challenging with a fucking good team, playing good football. Yeah, I'll definitely be upset. I don't think that's the right word for it. Percy says, Matisse, Tobes and SAEED have lost so much weight in the last 8 months. Them men have been starving for Arsenal hate. Arsenal lost just 5-6 games this season at 35 plus, and these men are feasting on this one exit. Yes, Big Steve. The big blue shark is coming. The season starts proper after the international break. Fast. You've been the best team so far, but be ready for some proper big man business in those last 8. What's going on? Turkish ain't delighting tonight, bruv. Unlucky Turkish, but trying to downplay this loss after watching 2 hours of football plus pens means salt. Yeah, it's what it is, bruv. Already about Palace. On Palace, we got predictions today as well.
Yeah.
We come back against Palace. Vieira sacked. Looks like
Whoa.
Paddy McCarthy is managing them for now, but they're trying to bring Roy Hodgson back. That's what I see.
Ridiculous.
They should get relegated for that. I can't lie.
It makes no sense.
Mad.
Like, I can understand. The thing is, obviously, they didn't spend a lot in the summer, so I can understand why some people feel like Vieira deserved a little bit more time, but the form in 2023 has been nothing short of a joke. Like, they were struggling to even get shots on target, let alone score. So I don't really think you can make a strong argument for keeping Vieira if the plan was to go out and get a manager that sort of was in a similar mode to Vieira in terms of wanting to play or trying to play a more progressive style, even though we haven't seen that from Vieira, wanting to play a more progressive style with a group of players. Because what's Roy Hodgson going to do? What's he going to do? It's a terrible. If he gets a job, it's a terrible appointment. It's an absolutely terrible appointment.
They're looking for a bounce.
You may as well have not sacked Vieira. It's so stupid.
They want a short-term bounce, and that's what it is. That's literally what it is, just to keep them afloat. And bro, you never know. You could get worse.
It'll be more at risk of relegation. They should have just kept Vieira. If the alternative was Roy Hodgson, you should have kept Vieira, because I don't see Palace going down with Vieira as bad as they were. I don't really see them going down.
And also, by the way, if you look at their fixtures, they were hard. Everybody they've played has been basically above them. Obviously, they should still pick up more points than they have. But yeah, if they're going with Roy Hodgson, I'm not gonna lie. If they go down with him, then you can't even. They have themselves to blame. He's a very outdated manager, man.
It's crazy. But we move 3-1 Arsenal. That's what I'm going with, straight in. Hughes also said 3-1. Steve, what do you think it'll be?
3-0 Arsenal.
3-0. SAEED.
I'm going to say 2-0 Arsenal.
2-0 GRIZZ.
Was not here.
Oh shit!
He said 3-0 Palace.
I'm gonna go for 2-0 Arsenal.
He said 3-0 Palace. Where is he though? Seriously, is he struggling?
I think it's bad Wi-Fi issues, man.
Probably choking on a chicken wing.
Tell him hold that.
He said Wi-Fi.
Everybody's Wi-Fi is bugging recently.
Yeah, man. What's going on, man?
What did he say? Wi-Fi?
Yeah, Wi-Fi.
Right, cool. Told, what did you say? 2-0, yeah?
2-0 Arsenal, yeah.
Matisse?
3-0 Arsenal. Light work.
3-0.
What are you saying?
What are we cooking?
What time does your watch along start?
1 o'clock when the lineups come out.
Enjoy. Let's move. What's next? To be honest, Haaland's 5 goals. City smashed it. Was it 7? Was it 7 in the end, Steve?
Yeah, 7. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that I'd expect that to be the top news, but no, you might want to talk about Arsenal for the last minutes.
Now, do you know what? After going to Leipzig, and it was a game of 2 halves over there. First half, we dominated it. We was winning 1-0, and then they made some tweaks. To be fair, and City didn't try and push it. We were getting overrun in Leipzig. Second half, we just sort of calmed it down. It 1-1 coming out of the game wasn't the end result. You know, I've tried to say to people before, we haven't lost the home game at the Emirates in the Champions League. At the Etihad in the Champions League, 24 games. So it's City at home are good in that competition. So I was confident getting the job done. the lineups come out. People were a bit moaning why is Riyad not playing, and things like that. Johnny Stones at right back, no Kyle Walker. But listen, we got the job done. We were fantastic on the night. We're starting to tick along better now. We're starting to get the balls in the box to Erling Haaland. I mean, 5 goals in the Champions League. Broke the record at Man City, most goals ever in the history of the club in a season. He's broke the fastest to 30 in the Champions League, the youngest. Scored more goals than Wayne Rooney in the Champions League with 60 games less. So the kid at 22, you got to respect it. And when he's playing like that, he's unbelievable. And I just felt like everything that got anywhere near him, he was going to put it in. And to win 7-0 in the Champions League against anyone, you got to respect it. And yeah, we're doing okay at the minute. The draw today, Bayern Munich,
Massive.
Then Real Madrid in the semi. So we've had some cup draws this season, I can't lie, Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool. But I'm all for that. You've got to play the best. We said it off air. You've got to play the best. I don't think Bayern Munich are looking at Man City thinking, oh, Man City are easy. No, I think they're going to respect it. And look, we've just got to do what we do. We're in 3 competitions, FA Cup tomorrow, Champions League, and we're in the title race. So, listen, we just got to go with it. That's all you can do, go with it. But as far as the Champions League concerned, this season, we're just looking a little bit different. I don't think the pressure's been on us as much as it has been in the last few years when we've been winning the league. And the pressure's been on City all the time, talking about the Champions League. You must do this and you must do that. This season, we've just been ticking away nice in the background. People talking about Real Madrid, people talking about Napoli, people talking about Bayern Munich. They're leaving us alone, but it's getting to that business end now. We've got to do it. You know what I mean? We've been arriving in the Champions League last few seasons late and fucking it up. So this season, we've got to do it, man.
Right. Yeah, it is a fucking good draw as well, Bayern Munich. Probably one of the 2 most difficult ones you can get.
It's an interesting tie, though, because I feel like
it's going to be mad how both managers go at it. I think because we've got to put them away at the Etihad, because last season we let Real Madrid off. Anyone that watched them 2 games against Real Madrid, we beat them fair and square in them 2 games, but we left them with the door open. They came and done us. Last minute, they done us, right? At the Etihad Stadium, we had Gabriel Jesus and Raheem Sterling missing 3 and 4 chances each in that game. Yeah, in that game. The difference is this season, Erling Haaland don't miss them chances. He might not touch the ball for 20 minutes, but you put 3 chances in the box in the whole game. They're likely 90% he's putting 3 of them in. That's the difference with us this year. And if you've noticed as well, people are still talking about Haaland like he's detrimental to the team. They're fucking mental. People have just got nothing better to say or do. They're trying to find a way to make a negative out of this kid. He's come to this league. We've seen the clips of other YouTubers and people saying he won't get 10 goals, 15 goals. If he played for Man United or Liverpool now, doing these kind of numbers, yeah, they'd be dancing from the fucking rooftops. But instead, saying, oh, well, he makes you worse. It's absolute nonsense. The kid's learning, yeah? The kid's learning. If you watch him now, last few weeks, the build-up play, he's finally getting involved. At the beginning, Pep wanted him to stay up front. Now he's trying to learn. Thierry Henry the other day said when he was at Arsenal, he was moaning all the time about certain players not giving him the ball. And then Arsene Wenger sat him down and broke it down and said to him, Bergkamp prefers the ball into his feet. Pires prefers the 1-2. Ljungberg prefers you when you drop deep into him. And Henry said he had to change his mindset depending on who had the ball. And he said, this is what's happening with Haaland. Now he's making the same run, but there's only one player that can find that run, Kevin De Bruyne. The rest of them can't do it. And it made fucking sense. And I've watched him all season. And fans are getting frustrated because he's making them top runs. But no disrespect, Riyad Mahrez can't do it. He can't find that ball like Kevin De Bruyne can find. But this week, we've gone back to basics. Started getting the ball in first time. Started getting him involved in the play. And listen, we scored 7 goals, so I'm happy, man. And Erling's just a monster, man.
The only thing with the tie is, though, I think for me, the pace of Bayern Munich might be something that might hurt Man City. You don't have the quickest back 5, you know what I mean, in terms of... I know Ake is deceptively quick, but Stone's not quick. Diaz not quick. Akanji. When you look at their front five, Mane, Coleman, Sane, even the likes of Davies, that's the only way. I think in the midfield, I think you've got it. Bernardo, Gundogan, I think you could boss that midfield. They've only got, who's it Kimmich that I think is of a very, very good quality. But up front, if they catch you behind, bro, it could be dangerous. But we'll see. Tactically, it's two good managers. Tactically, I think a decent manager.
You might see Kyle Walker come in the Champions League just for that. So if we go gung ho, then we've got Kyle in case to catch us, because Leroy's going to be up for it. You know what I mean? You've got Coleman as well, so they have got the pace. But like you say, John Stone's not the best, but I think Walker might play at the Etihad.
Matisse, Chelsea as well. Big draw, Champions League.
We take it one game at a time. Take it one game at a time. Yeah, I mean, it's not ideal, but we've only lost to Real Madrid once in 7 games in competitive matches, because we had a good record against them before they beat us at the Bridge. But my main concern is obviously what Potter's going to do against Ancelotti, because before it was Tuchel, and we all know Tuchel in knockout competition had a great record. So it's different going in with Potter, who's never been in the Champions League before.
What was that clip of Potter?
He said he looked like he was swearing for the first time. He said we're going to win the fucking champion. We're going to try and win the fucking Champions League or something like that. It is a bit strange, but yeah. Listen.
You know what? You see when I was talking about Arsenal and that, he was obviously like, say you must, back your team, believe.
You're playing Real Madrid. Real Madrid.
And also before that, you was mentioning, heritage. What have you done in Europe? And hold on, what have you done in Europe? And you've done stuff in Europe for sure. You've won Champions Leagues with squads that are not necessarily doing well in the league. Like, we've seen that before, 100%.
Good point.
So you must, right? 600 million spent. You're in the Champions League. You got all that heritage. Your manager's saying, what did he say? What was the quote, Matisse?
We're going to fucking win it, innit?
Yeah, we're going to fucking win the Champions League.
Fucking win the Champions League.
We're going to try and win the fucking Champions League, yeah.
I want you to say that, Matisse.
Difference is you're actually top. Like, we're in knockout rounds, knockout football. Manchester City.
Your volume's
No, because it doesn't make it doesn't quite work the same. If I was top of the league, 5 points clear, I would be giving you the you must. If my team had been playing the best football of the league campaign, if I was leading the race, if my team was winning every game, but it is knockout competition, and I'm coming up against Real Madrid, and Real Madrid have got way more heritage than I've got, and unfortunately I'm going to use Man City as my crutch. Manchester City have spent $1 billion. Manchester United have spent $1 billion. PSG have spent how much money? And have any of them won the Champions League recently? No.
But don't you criticize these teams for not winning the Champions League? Is it not a disgrace that PSG have not got anything to show for the money they spent? Do Man City not get blamed every season? They do. Does Pep's quality as a manager not get called into question every single season? He gets dumped out of the Champions League. All of those factors you mentioned, they get heavy amount of criticism.
But that's because over a 5, 6, 7, 8 year period, Man City were taken over in 2008. It's now 2023.
No.
I'm just saying.
Season in the Champions League, they got dumped out by Monaco, and Pep got.
That's what I'm saying. But how many years have they failed to do it?
Season. Not a span of 7, 8 years. That was the
okay, but they're getting blamed harder and harder, right? You up the blamming, don't you? Every year they don't win it, you up the blamming. So you can blam us if we don't win, but it's the first attempt, right? Or under this new manager. So it's Graham Potter. Like, if you wanna blam, you can blam. And if you want to say, oh, you just spent 600 million in January and then you didn't win it in May, you can do that if you want. But it's not like as if we've been sitting here trying to win it for 3-4 years. We literally just won it a couple seasons ago. So you can blam us if you want to, but the facts remain, we just won it. And I don't see anybody else sitting here that's won it more recently than us. So you can blam all you want. You can blam all you want. But at the end of the day, we just won it. So, if we're going to win it again in the next couple of years, that would be great. Obviously, I want to win it this season, but It's Real Madrid. Steve will know. I'm not going to sit here and disrespect Real Madrid. Do you know what I mean? In a knockout game at 0-0, the tie is at 0-0. Now, if we're in the lead, if we have an advantage, you have a 5-point lead. If we're 2-0 up after the first leg, then I might say we must. Yes, I'll say we must. But it's 0-0. It's Real Madrid.
Did they dump you out last season?
They did, and we dumped them out the year before.
Yeah,
I'm
trying to take the piss. I'm not trying to take the piss. I'm looking at the tie because listen, with the players that you've got at your disposal, I mean, Real Madrid are the favourites, but you should still make a good fist of it. You should.
Listen, bro, I'm not here to get embarrassed. We should definitely make a good fist of it. I'm expecting a close game, and I want it decided by the
game, you know?
Yeah, this shouldn't be decided more than the finest of margins. I'm not trying to see anybody get slapped up. I'm not, not what happened to Liverpool. I'm not trying to see that.
Real Madrid have been. Oh shit! Sorry, my camera's off. Real Madrid have been like up and down this season, but it's the heritage factor in the Champions League and the know-how, right?
GRIZZ, you told them, man. Tell them, GRIZZ.
Wow.
Tell them what?
You know what's lovely, yeah? Steve and GRIZZ know what it is. Talk to them. Tell them.
Tell them what?
Tell them, bro.
But they own that competition. They own it. They own that competition.
He doesn't even need to explain anything. He used to say to you know what?
Yo, GRIZZ, you tell my story, man. Tell them how it goes, man. Because Turkish hasn't been in the Champions League for a while, so he's forgotten. Tell Turkish how it goes.
What's the
Tell the story, yeah? Last year, Real Madrid, first game, 4-3, whatever it was. Thought, right, okay, fucking should have been 6-7-3. Thought, go there, we'll do them. Went there, stood in the away end with Daps. 1 minute to go, yeah, winning 1-0. Never looked like getting beat in that game. Never. Some dickhead in the chat before went, oh, how can you say they should have finished Real Madrid off? Well, if you watched the game, we should have done, yeah? Grealish had one off the line in the last minute. Do you remember that? Anyway, listen, this is true. 1 minute to go, I was thinking about the Eiffel Tower, the fucking croissants, thinking I was going to have a cup of coffee with my friend Grizz, Champs-Élysées and all that shit. 2 minutes later, I was thinking about taking the kids to Blackpool for the weekend because we were fucked. And that's how Real Madrid just came. And you know that mad music they put on when they score? And they all wave and daft things about that. And there's only two grounds in Europe where the magic can happen like that. One's Anfield, when they get going, and then shit happens that beyond the realms of normality. And one's Real Madrid. You can go Real Madrid and fucking hammer them and be so confident. If you did stop that clock with 1 minute to go and said, you can bet everything you own now on this result, I'd have bet everything I owned in life on that result because I was convinced of watching football for 40 years that we had done it. We were in the final. And then 2 minutes later, I've been kicked in the bollocks and I had to listen to Daps in his pink tracksuit talking bullshit all the way home. Just listening to Daps talking bullshit in a pink tracksuit hard enough. But when you've been beat off Real Madrid like that, it was tough to take. So, yeah, I know all about Real Madrid, man. I know all about Real Madrid. So, yeah, good luck with that.
We got that. Matisse, you might as well move into Chelsea Everton as well since.
Have we done any predictions? Have I missed any predictions? Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, you missed Arsenal Palace.
Arsenal Palace. Arsenal Palace. Is that Highbury, innit? Yeah, you wish. Fucking Highbury. Emirates.
Did you go back in time or something? What do you mean?
Yeah. 2-0 Arsenal. 3-0 Arsenal. 3-0 Arsenal.
3-0 Arsenal. Cool. And now, Matisse, back to you, Chelsea Everton.
We must. Goes without saying, home to Everton. If you don't win that, it's just another poor result. So I'm going to say 2-0 Chelsea against Everton.
2-0, yeah?
Yeah. I think Everton, they'll set up low block and it will be long, but we have to beat them.
Why is Steve's mate, old guy Kevin Campbell, saying I'm cheating? Cheating with what, you fucking dickhead? What am I cheating? Because Grizz is cheating. Blue moon, innit?
Oh, yeah.
Cheating about what? Oh, because you're listening to the predictions and coming back.
What?
Shit.
Internet cut out my ass. Hey.
I didn't
I'm
even
not
want to hear that
cheating.
again.
Cheating what?
I'm going 3-1 Chelsea. Hugh predicted 3-0 Steve.
Is it out the bridge?
Yeah.
1-0.
1-0.
Shoot, man.
1-0.
Steve, what you did, man?
The fighting, man. The fighting. Listen, I can't paper over these Chelsea cracks just because you've won a fucking game in the Champions League. I've seen it, man, this season. It's fucking horrendous there.
It's not Tuchel's fault now, is it?
Fucking not, man. It's not anymore.
I'm glad my guy got out of there before it got too hot.
Yeah, he knew the game. He listened to Big Steve. He knew it.
SAEED.
2-0 Chelsea. Potter's on the rise, man.
2-0 Chelsea. Where are we? 2-0. GRIZZ.
2-0 Chelsea. Potter in.
2-0.
I told you weeks ago. Trust the process.
Here we go again. Here we go.
You're gonna
little brother now, Matisse.
Yeah, bro, literally, that's what you're doing to me, little brother. When Tuchel was in charge and it was going to penalties, you know,
you're gonna be fine.
You don't like Tuchel, and now
the
Graham's
process.
he loves him.
Trust the process. Potter's a top manager. He's gonna
Top,
come
is
good.
he better than Tuchel?
Top coach
Mm,
and manager.
we shall see. We shall see.
GRIZZ, you said 2-0 TOBS.
Yep.
2-0 as well to Chelsea. Dominic Calvert-Lewin is still out, and Everton just don't really have enough goals. So, yeah.
I wish they go down this season. In fact, that's the only thing that would cheer me up.
They ain't going down. Not that.
I've never given a shit. I haven't given a shit
Everton are
about
no
them.
threat to you, literally.
No.
None.
Generally, I've never given a shit about them. Honestly, it's like, you know, Man City, Man United. Never give a shit about Man United last year. But now, the season I'm having, I want Everton to fucking go down.
No, but at least Man United got his. Like everybody else on this panel has to fight for their rivalry. You just get to chill in Merseyside. You got no problems. Nothing.
They're proper nasty and smelly. Trust me.
You ain't going Liverpool ever again. You know what I mean? Like, you stay away from Liverpool.
I'm protected, bro. I'm protected. I'm
Let's
protected.
go to the super chats. There's a few.
I'm front line. You already know.
DL says,
Yeah.
Warhat ready. Do Arsenal fans not realise that being at the top means rivals prey on your downfall? I know it's been a while, but this victim mentality is jarring. By the way, Tobe says JV, love your content, but why on earth are you wearing a Roma top? Nike makes some nice kits of teams that are successful. Absolute jokes. What is your connection?
I just like the tracksuit. I told you I bought this like 5-6 years ago. What's the beef?
They won the Conference League last year.
I don't understand. I don't get it. How is this any different to wearing another like I don't know, like a Barcelona top or something? I don't get it.
Facts. Yeah.
SAEED, I've never seen you wear a or any other top apart from Man United. What
I've got Juventus one dedicated to Pogba, but that's about it.
Dedicated to Labille.
La pioche.
La pioche. You know what I mean? Come on, Steve. La pioche. Stay with me.
La pioche, la paboom, la
Remember those days?
No, Pogba used to be a problem on this thing, man. Shit.
It's quiet now. It's quiet now.
Dave says, I've seen Arsenal fans looking at our draw today, worried about us. People need to remember we've done this on a regular, deep in the Champions League and winning a title. Bring it on. We're all chilled. We're all ready. And he also adds, this Chelsea fan is waffling. I love Sterling, but be careful what you wish for, mate, because Sterling misses big, big chances. Jerome says, Spurs not winning anything again, Tobes. You're joking too much, fam. Be more reserved and don't joke too much on other teams. It's rude, man. Just telling you how to be.
Man telling me not to make jokes. He's going to be disappointed, boy.
Not a fucking comedian.
He said you're joking too much, fam. Be more reserved.
Nah, bro. I'm going to make my jokes. But thanks for the super chat.
Oh, bro.
Oh, God.
Zara says, talking about heritage, Arsenal have a heritage of winning the league at enemy grounds. All I will say is may the best team win, Big Steve. 100%. 100%. It's shaped up to be a quality next 10 weeks at the top of the table, the top 4 race. Even seeing if Chelsea can make Conference League. And then you got the bottom half of the table, Crystal Palace, 12th down, 3 points separating them in relegation zone. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. But we move. What's the other fixture? All right. Southampton, Tottenham, there's not much to talk about. So GRIZZ, Liverpool, expected exit from the Champions League, went with an attacking lineup, didn't really attack.
That says it all, isn't it? Went with an attacking lineup, didn't really attack. Now, saying that, we did have a few chances in the first half, but we never really looked like remotely getting back into it. So yeah, out of the Champions League, into the race for top 4 Europa League. You know what I mean? I ain't going to disrespect the Europa League. We ain't won it either. So I'm kind of hoping, I'm kind of trying to draw any positive out of it and saying, yeah, Europa League's the only trophy Klopp ain't won for us. So yeah, bring it on. Complete the set. Bring it on. What else do you want me to say?
Oh, man.
So yeah, he's won every other trophy. He hasn't won the Europa League. So yeah, we ain't disrespecting it like Arsenal and them, Van.
And SAEED through in the Europa League. Sevilla next.
Sevilla.
I wasn't too happy about that, but yeah.
You know what it was? I just tired of the Spanish, you know what I mean? I want a bit something different, man. But listen, it is what it is. It's Sevilla. We beat Barca. We beat Real Betis. And now it's Sevilla. Listen, I think they've been struggling this season, but we should be beating Sevilla. You know what I mean? No disrespect. We should be winning the tournament. I want to win it.
Yeah?
Yeah, of course. I want to win it. You know
we slapped them in the Champions League, innit?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so
you must now, though, right?
Yeah, we must, man. Listen, you can clip it. We must win this Europa League. I want to win this. I want to win the FA Cup. I'm here for all the cups. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's been a while, man. So I'm not, you know, I mean, beggars can't be choosers around here. But yeah, listen, it's a good draw. When you look at on the balance of everything, it was a good draw. They're having a terrible season. They're just about kind of, got a few wins together. But listen, Sevilla, they're not where they're supposed to be. They do have heritage. You know what I mean? We're not going to disrespect them. They've won the last how many Europa Leagues, but we've got too much quality to kind of, you know what I mean? Like not you know, we've got to respect ourselves as well. We should be beating them. Simple.
We move because all that's left is Southampton, Tottenham, TOBS. Tottenham didn't play this week.
Let's move on. Don't really care about the game.
Because Steve, he ain't seen this version of TOBS for a while.
What do you want me to say about the game? They're bottom of the league. Spurs are not winning a trophy this season. What more can I say? Just win the game. I don't care, bro. Just win the game, man. Honestly.
Yeah.
It just doesn't change.
Newcastle won today as well.
Every year.
Nothing is there. No excitement. No joy.
Season.
Can you blame him, though, Steve? Can you blame him?
You know what? I met him a long time ago in Croydon. I thought I was going to get killed.
I was optimistic. I was a happy Spurs fan.
Tottenham had just got beaten in the Champions League final. They just signed Ndombele. The chest was out. He was telling me what Tottenham was going to do and everything. And then from that footage is going to come out soon, back in the day. And so where he is now in life, it's like he's on Skid Row now. Do you know what I mean? From then, he was top of the tree. He was eating at the top table, and now he's literally in a cardboard box in someone's fucking doorway. Now he's fucked.
Listen, honestly, there's just not much to discuss about the game, man. Like,
he's got a rival tracksuit on.
I'm still not over the cup. I'm still not over the cup exits, man. I'm still not over Sheffield United. I'm still not over Milan. It's gonna take something like monumental for me to look at this as like a really, really good season. Even if Spurs finish fourth, it's going to take something monumental. Like, I'm going to have to see a ridiculous surge in form to look at this season positively, because I just can't, man. I really can't.
So what's going on with the manager now? Is he definitely fucking off him? Because he's more depressing than you.
He's definitely done. He's going.
You see the way he spoke about Kane?
Is it Pop coming back?
I don't know. Apparently that's unlikely that Pochettino will come back. We don't know who's going to be the next manager.
Why? Because he doesn't want to, or Tottenham don't want to?
No, he wants to, but I think the club have like reservations on bringing him back so soon.
Get Roy Hodgson in for the end of the season.
You got jokes.
Nah, he's staying, man. Staying.
Got jokes.
You know what? Top four still a possibility, but again, it doesn't mean anything because it's one of them feelings where like there was meant to be a cup, there was meant to be excitement with Tottenham. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Exactly. Context is everything, man. And like we finished fourth last year, but like last year we finished fourth at the expense of Arsenal, winning 10 out of your last 13 games, scoring all those goals, conceding quite a few amount of goals. Yeah, but now it's just yeah. Now you see the performances getting scored by every top 6 rival we've played away from home, like conceding as many goals as we conceded, getting bounced out of the cups to the teams we've been bounced out to. I can't look at this season positively. I'm sorry, I just can't, man. I just can't.
Southampton away, a chance for you to these relegation and teams now fight for their lives, but yeah,
just win it. I won't be watching, but just win it.
Why are you not going to be watching?
Because I don't care about this fixture. It's Southampton. I don't care.
Yeah, I get it.
We're dog shit. I wouldn't miss a Liverpool game for anything, man. Me personally,
that's fine.
I hate watching. Like, well, so what? You're only going to watch them when they're winning?
No, I'm saying to you that I don't care about this fixture. I don't care about Spurs like that right now.
Okay, you're saying with a smile on your face, you're happy about it and shit.
I'm happy to have a break. Last week I didn't watch the Nottingham Forest match, and it was great. Like I just did my own thing. No. Fair play, man. Fair play, man.
Went for a walk during the game.
No, fair play. You're broken, man.
SAEED was hitting me up. You should do a watch along. I said, nah, man, I'm good, bro. I'm good. Let me.
No. Now I know why you wear different tops every week. Now I know.
Let me chill.
When Toby cashes out,
it's a nice top. It's a nice top. I'm not gonna lie. I told you I like that top.
I've said already. I've put a ban. I'm banning myself from going to Spurs games. I think I'm going to return the United game.
Steve was right.
Oh. The United game. When is that?
I will link up, man. London, man.
I think all these Tottenham fans are saying the same thing. They're saying they're not going to any games.
So I'm going to go to the game. Yeah, we'll link up then. Yeah, that's the one I'll return.
Yeah, we'll link up, man. The
rest, I don't care less. I said this to my channel as well. Yeah, I said this to my channel as well. So, but let me say it here so it's a bit more publicized, right?
Yeah.
I have my ticket. Obviously, no, I've given the bright one to my friend. I've got a ticket for Bournemouth at home, and give it to me. Any Spurs fan who wants it, you can have it. You Spurs fan, not Liverpool fan, Grizz. Spurs.
No, Spurs fan, man. Come on.
Oh,
message. Yeah. Well, Harley, someone was saying, bro, chat to TOBS and only the Spurs fan. I said, I don't know. All right, sorted.
TOBS is just giving away tickets. He's had enough. Go on, TOBS. Start off the predictions.
2-1 to Spurs.
2-1.
Where is it?
St. Mary's.
I reckon it's
12:30 kickoff.
But it's a 12:30 kickoff.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh wait, no, sorry, it's not.
Oh.
No, it's 3 p.m. 3 p.m.
Yeah, 2-1 to Spurs, man.
2-1. Matisse.
The chat is wild.
I'm gonna go 2-0 Tottenham. Can't take these risks, man.
Business.
2-1 Tottenham. Hugh's gone 2-1 Tottenham. Steve.
I think Southampton will win 1-0.
Don't, he's logged off.
Oh man, he's had enough, man.
Every time he logs off, I'm worried. You know,
I'm worried about him, mate. I'm worried about him seriously, man. The Blue Oyster Bar's not even open tonight, so I know we ain't
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Yo, don't do that, man. I nearly choked, man.
Bro, I need you. We need to see. We need to be seeing you all the time. Don't go anywhere.
That was mad.
You don't need to relax, bro. You don't need to relax.
We're going to New York. It's all going to be all right, okay?
I knew it was game over. Once the neon sign came down and the dressing gown got fucking slung, that's when you know Toby's having a bad patch in life, man. Once the neon goes back up, the pina colada comes out and the dressing gown's on. You know, he's living the dream then. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna put the sign up.
Mad.
Listen, the pina coladas will come back when Spurs actually start playing.
It's been time for since the pina coladas come out. It's very true.
Bro, yours one's only come out last few weeks. Why are you talking?
Who? Me? I don't drink pina colada. I don't drink any pina colada.
Leave it, man. Leave it, man.
Pina colada.
You're fucked anyway, Matisse, because when you was winning the Champions League, you were sharing pot noodles with your mate in a flat.
Facts, 100%.
You know, now you're fucking 10th and you're living the dream there. I'm looking at the setup and that. It looks
The
like
grind,
you're
man. The grind, man.
Hey,
the grind is crazy.
Fair play for Don Robert for taking him in and earning him some cash and getting one of them Princess Trust Awards in it for helping the community out, man. So fair play, man. Got him off the pot noodles, man.
Oh my
focus,
God.
I tell you, football focus.
This is why I'm watching all the games. Watching all the games, keeping very, very focused all times.
Sorry, I just lost a couple of super chats. Apologies if I lost your super chats, people. But yeah, that's all the prediction. Wait, is that all the prediction?
No, I think I've not. If you not sent mine, Tottenham.
No, leave it. Leave it.
you
You got lead in it that way, innit?
I wish I could give you a little head start.
Yeah, just
Yeah, man. Okay, let me just play around here, man.
Life's
Just
different.
because purely Harry Kane, I'm gonna go with 2-0 Spurs.
Is that you playing around?
No, I'm just like I don't know. It's just I don't know. I want perfect scores, man.
You need to. What you need to do is chill because you're making the title race boring.
Yeah.
True.
It's at Saints, yeah. It's at Saints. I say 1-0 Spurs.
Oh, the Saints go. It's crazy, Southampton. They do all of that, at our ground, and they just lose to Brentford like that. Easy. It's crazy.
What did they do at your ground?
They're just weird, man.
They fought for a point. They fucking, you know what I mean? Time wasting bullshit. And obviously, they got smacked up by Brentford.
listen. A couple more super chats, and I think we can wrap up the show. Let me just find them. Jerome again said something monumental, Tobes. Like, what caused you not to win trophies? You want a major uptick in form. Why is your bar not to win anything? Well, to be honest, he put himself on the line this season and said, "We are."
I don't think this guy's listening to what I'm saying. That's literally why I don't care about Spurs this season anymore. That doesn't make sense.
They didn't reach your expectations. Cool. And there was one here from JV, but it didn't come up, so I can't put it up here, but I've got it in the back end. He said, I have a higher chance of being the first Indian male to be named the next Queen of England than Chelsea winning the Champions League. 600 million spent, Arteta spent 350 million in 4 years. Mate, you think you're done for now? Wait for it. I wish I could put that one up, because that was a good one. When we move.
I don't know what these accountants are on, to be honest. I really don't. But anyway.
It was a little bit funny, though. I giggled a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, we got 2 Champions Leagues, 2 Europa Leagues, and you have none. I'm good. I don't give a shit.
I've just found one from Sadiq. Winning this title is more than bragging rights. It's a change in mentality. We can start a new winning era. No shadows to hide in. I believe we will win it. That's the last one I've managed to save, people. If I have missed any, apologies, because both the live chat here and the one on my iPad's both been moving mad. So I don't know if something's going on with YouTube, but we move. Love for all the super chats. Love for all the engagement in the chat as usual. Love to the man them. Big up, Big Steve, man. Steve.
Yeah, man.
They've missed you, my guy. So next time Hugh can't make it, we'll shout you again. But yeah. Big up Big Steve. His channel's in the description below, people. SAEED, GRIZZ, TOBS, MATISSE, THUGGERY, the whole team. Everything's in the description below. Highlights of this show will be available tomorrow on the Big Six channel. That link is there as well. And big up Manscaped too. I ain't mentioned them yet, so show them some love. If you grab something from there, use the code TB620. You'll get 20% off. They'll know it's through us. The world goes round. Love for the love, people. We're out. See you again Monday night, 9 p.m. Peace.
This show is sponsored by Manscaped, the leaders in below-the-waist grooming. Listen up, nerds. If you don't want to be virgins and don't have your balls looking like gremlins, use the code TB620, manscaped.com.